Hi guys, it's Mr. Ng, and in this short little segment, I want to teach you how to make your second graph the graph of the bean sizes. So I have a lot of things already set up. I have a title already. My name's in the title so that I don't get goofed up when I share this with other people. I have one thing for hand size. That was the prior video, and I named another sheet bean sizes, and then I just put down all of the numbers from period 3. Actually, I had to omit one group's number just because they wrote down one number and then the rest were all 20s. They're like, they were all 20s, but like that's just being lazy. Like that group did not. You just didn't measure. I just measured. Like science needs measurements. Okay. There is something wrong with this data. Aside from that, of course. In that it's no good to have more than one column. I bet a lot of you just kind of put all the numbers down into a bunch of columns, but that is not gonna work with Google. Google is gonna imagine that these 3 columns means that they're like 3 different populations of numbers. But really, it's all one type of number, just the bean size. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to highlight one of these columns, right? And I'm going to cut it. To cut it, I can go to Edit and Cut, right? And then I'm going to click it right here, right underneath where it needs to continue. And I'm going to paste Control V, Control X and Control V, right? And then I'm going to do it again. So it's one giant column. I'm going to go here, right? And then I'm going to go here and then Control V. Oh, oops, I forgot to cut it. Right, I'm going to highlight all of these guys. Control X, right, the change, come all the way down here. Control V, boom. And as you can see, we have a very healthy sample size, 135 numbers. We should be able to get a good normal curve. And just to make things kosher, to make things look a little bit better, I want to add a little title right here. Easiest way to do that is to go here, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to insert one above. We're doing a right click, okay? Wait, or you could click here, right? Not in the middle, not in the cells, right? That does a whole bunch another thing. I'm going to go all the way to the left and click on this, right here, so it highlights this whole bit. I'm going to do insert a row above. Wow. And here, let's call this bean size, lima bean size. Cool. Alright, and for good measure, I'm gonna fill this in with a nice color or something. Boom. Alright, now all I gotta do is highlight this entire thing, including the title, because Google is very smart. And then I'm gonna insert a chart. And Google is so smart, it already figured out that we're gonna make a histogram because we have one huge list. And whenever you have one huge list, you're probably gonna make a histogram. So chances are you already have a histogram made. And this is basically what it should be looking at. To confirm, you should look over here to the chart editor, and it is a histogram chart. Awesome. If you didn't get a histogram, you go to the chart type and you scroll all the way down to other, and you pick this one. This is the histogram. Good? We need to customize this chart. And even though it looks pretty good, it's kind of not so great. Number one, why is there a legend when there's only one type of data here? I don't need this legend. So I'm going to click on the legend. The legend shows up here, right? And then I'm going to select the position being none. I don't need this legend. And then I do want to fix this title just a little bit. Let's see. So for it to look like a title, I'm going to capitalize all of the main words. Lima bean size. Titles don't have the same grammatical rules as a sentence, right? I want them all to be capitalized. I don't have a y-axis. That kind of bums me out. So here, under chart and axes title, under customize chart and axes titles, I'm going to click down to the vertical title axis. I'm going to click on that. And let's give ourselves a title here. This is going to be the number of beans. Boom. That's a good title. Some of you, instead of writing the number of beans, you might just write frequency. All right, that's kind of right. That just means how often does this size show up, right? Just write frequency, boom, done and done. And for those of you who like are really into like making sure that things look nice, you could change the font and all that here, right? Not Roboto or whatever. And then I think we're almost done. I think we just need to fix this down here because these numbers are fine. This talks about, oh, there's 3 beans between 10 and 11.8, right, or 12. but here it doesn't have the unit, and we always need to have units. So here, let's click here. Let's do a parentheses and type mm for millimeters. Good. This chart is pretty darn good. One thing that I would probably add, Google is really smart, but it's not, it doesn't have a lot of control over the little things. If it was me, I would love to know how many exactly are in each of these columns, and we don't really have that option. The best thing we can do is to go down to grid lines, all right? And we want the vertical grid lines to have some minor grid lines. So I prefer 5 just because I like to be able to see exactly how many. That way when you look at it, we can tell that this thing has more than, so this has 33, and here it is, that's 33, this is exactly 20, right? The minor grid lines will help us. Great, hope that helps. And now that you have this thing saved and this thing saved, we're ready to insert this into our worksheet. Thanks for watching.